Oh, sorry, I was just drinking some gravy. Oh, God. Thanksgiving was delicious. I had some roast duck with a little bit of orange sauce, some butternut squash with a little bit of brown sugar on it, and buttered up Brussels sprouts. It was yummy, yummy in my tummy. I hope everybody had a Thanksgiving that was wonderful and full of whatever you had eaten. Shout out to all the vegan Thanksgivings. Tofu's not bad. I'm just gonna say it right now. It's actually not bad. It kind of looks gross, but it's not that bad. Now, if you could get it to taste like turkey or duck, now that would be interesting, and I'm sure there's a way to do that. But anyway, we are back with the Undercard Season 3, Episode 12. This is Instant Replay. You'll see a lot of rematches here because we're at that point in the season where the rankings don't really matter anymore. The finale has been planned out, and I gotta tell you right now, it is very accurate for 2020. Like, it's spot on. It fits the theme of 2020 perfectly. That's all I'm gonna say for now. I might talk about it more on the next episode, but for this episode, we're just gonna have some rematches, and we do have a big title match in the main event where Brock Lesnar will go up against Kiryu, because Brock Lesnar is the #1 contender after defeating his tag team partner Colt Cabana last week. Up first, we got Mickie James versus Tennille Dashwood. And this game does take a little bit of time to load. Ooh, I'm nice and loud for you guys today. Adjust your volumes accordingly because I can't do it. I'm a piece of garbage. I'm excited for some wrestling action. It's been a little bit since we did the show. I'm trying to do it like once a week or so. Here we go. Fight. Mickie James, Tennille Dashwood, both of these women have been, I would say, somewhat impressive during this season. Tennille especially, I guess I do expect a lot from her, but with her attitude, usually you don't have this kind of full of yourself attitude unless you've reached some level of success in wrestling, and Tennille Dashwood hasn't exactly done that. She was somewhere in the middle of the women's rankings for the roster, and now the rankings don't really matter because we're gearing up towards the finale. Like I said, this is a 14-episode series, and this is episode 12, ladies and gentlemen, as Mickie James getting pinned here by the backslide. Tennille Dashwood ever so quick, getting to the point right away. Snapmare there by Mickie James in the blue, and now Tennille Dashwood in the red, getting taken down again and getting an elbow drop directly to her face. Back to our feet, and back down we go. This is going to be high-paced action all day. Elbows, forearms, elbows and forearms. This is women's wrestling at its best. Tennille gets the edge on that. Mickie James trying to push her back into this corner. But you got to be careful when your opponent has their back to a corner that can fight back. But Tennille got up quick there after the dropkick. Suplex. Picture perfect. Do. Oh, elbow by Mickie James, who she actually started off this season by having quite a rivalry with Becky Lynch. And I would love to see another match between those two. But for now, we've got 5 minutes into this match, and Tennille's trying to get a backslide cover. Up against the ropes, awkward. Didn't exactly have the speed planned out there. Driving the knees into the ribcage. Tennille now dragging Mickie James out towards the center. Gonna snapmare down. Kick to the back. Tennille's got those big, long kick pads on her boots to protect her own shins. Oh boy, we're getting dizzy after Thanksgiving dinner with this airplane spin and just driving her down to the mat. Mickie James doesn't exactly know where she is. Referee walking in between them to make sure that the pace is even. Referee was quite controversial this season, but we stuck with him, and now where no man wants to be, or no woman wants to be, excuse me, at that trio woe hanging upside down, getting stomped on, and now dragging back to the center of the ring. Power bomb coming! Wow, Mickie James gets right back up though, back into the action, but takes an elbow directly to the chin. Drop toe hold. Mickie James in the ropes there. Unfortunate for Tennille. She should have been aware of where she was. You need that ring awareness if you want to be successful here. Knee to the gut again. These knees, so dangerous. Whoa! Slips out of the suplex and kicks her right in the face with a mitt kick. And now a big running clothesline. And this is going in the favor of Mickie James very quickly. A match can turn around in a few seconds, and I think it just did. Oh, wait a minute. Tennille kicks out of the DDT. And the crowd loves to see it. Some back and forth action. Boot to the face. Up against the ropes. Boot to the shins now. Going low. Tennille has a strategy in place here. Let's see if it pays off. He takes a second to breathe. Backdrop. Double arm. Full speed ahead, and she hits her with a running kick. Mickie James getting knocked down, and Tennille once again taking some of those Instagram selfies, going for the powerbomb. And a third one. Oh, wait a minute. Mickie James countered with a hurricanrana. Almost hooked the legs for a 3 count there. Tennille could have got herself in a bad position and might get herself choked out here with this guillotine. Slips out of it. Managed to use a hashtag to get herself out of there. Tennille's all about the social media. Hashtag instant replay. Ooh! Scoop, slam. And she gets it. Almost like a modified Falcon Arrow there. And she's doing the Emma dance that we haven't seen in forever. Tennille with a big victory. And I would say I would need to write that down in the notes, but the rankings no longer matter. This is the first episode of the season where the rankings are now null, because we already have a finale set in place. All I have to do is book it, but I have an idea of some matches I would love to see and some matches that make perfect sense based on what's happened. Speaking about based on what's happened, Mike Tyson, former champion here in the Undercard, will face Andre the Giant for the first time in the season. I would say this is probably the second biggest match of the day, besides the main event, where we have Brock Lesnar versus Kiryu, and Mike Tyson is the baddest man on earth, fighting once again here on the Undercard versus the Giant that was undefeated for 2.5 seasons, Andre. Who's going to get the edge? Will it come down to strikes or power? I really don't know. I mean, I would say the quickness of Mike Tyson with that fast fury of punches, if he can land enough of those big-time knockout-style punches, he might just get an edge on Andre. But if Andre gets a hold of Mike Tyson, I think this one's over. Mike Tyson just has to keep the speed up, keep his distance, continue with the striking. Can't let Andre grab him. Oh, and he gets knocked down already. We know Andre is probably the most pound-for-pound powerful guy in Undercard history, and I'm talking pound for pound. This guy's 500-plus pounds, the world's largest athlete, the largest man to ever be inside of a wrestling ring. You thought about something for 20 minutes? You thought about what? Fire card? Oh, geez. I mean, Fire Pro? Yeah, Fire Pro is a great game. We're doing my weekly series, The Undercard, in Fire Promoter mode. All the matches are simulated. I am not in control. I'm just commentating the matches as Mike Tyson, going for a big combo, takes down Andre. Shots to the body. I wonder if Andre's giant body has absorbed any of that striking power, though. And he's going to slow down Andre by trying for a leg hold. We'll see if that works out. Mike Tyson's been trying out these submissions. I would say now is not the time to do that. Andre picking him up by his head. Lifting him up with one hand. Andre now knocking down Tyson. Going for a clubbing blow and misses wildly. Takedown. Tyson got to get out of the corner, or else something bad could happen here. 5 minutes gone and not a whole lot of action. Ooh! Quite a slower paced match than maybe I expected, which kind of favors Andre. Elbow drop with the cover, but Tyson kicks out only at one. Gets knocked down here, and now Andre's hitting some strikes and another elbow. This would be a huge win for either man. They would have bragging rights for the rest of the season for the next 2 episodes. These were 2 of the top guys. Andre was the star of the first and second season. 1, 2. And the champion will go on to season 4. That's how it's always been. Will one of these 2 be in the main event of our finale? You'll have to tune in and find out. It's possible. That would suck for us if it was Andre. We're kind of rooting for Tyson here. I know I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I'm so sick of Andre being in control, just like he was there with the bear hug. Oh, and a modified tombstone. This one could be all she wrote. Somehow Tyson survives. Butterfly. Doing a little shimmy and knocks Tyson down with a big strike. And a slap to the chest is all it takes to knock a man down for Andre. Squeezing the life out of Tyson with a bear hug again. Think of the legendary superstars that have been beaten by that bear hug. And I'm not just talking about Undercard. I'm talking about old school wrestling. Back in the 70s and 80s. 3 and it's over. Unfortunately, Andre did enough damage there. Tyson didn't look exactly the way I was hoping he would. If you're interested in DLC, I would say obviously Fire Promoter is probably the best one. I think the other ones are probably overpriced. But it is Black Friday, and Cyber Monday's coming up, so just always check on sales, guys. I'm always looking for good deals on games and DLCs. Just choose the right time to purchase things, that's all. That's all I'm saying. I think it's worth it. If you like really arcadey wrestling games, and you like booking your own matches, like if you like booking and simulation, this game's probably the one to get right now. It's definitely better than Battlegrounds, I can tell you that. Battlegrounds barely works. I couldn't even stream it if I wanted to. I want to stream it, but the game crashes every 10 minutes. Anyway, we got Scorpio and JTG versus the Good Brothers in a tag team match. These 2 have faced each other a couple times during the season, and they have to do it one more time. Could one of these teams be gearing up for that tag team championship in the final? I think it's going to come down to who wins this match and who wins the main event match. That's really going to matter, because Brock Lesnar, for anyone that hasn't been paying attention, is actually one half of the World Tag Team Champions, and he's also the #1 contender. So Brock Lesnar's been pretty dominant as of late, winning matches in singles and tag brackets. Now we got Team Sky Time, as Scorpio Sky gonna brawl with Luke and Carl Anderson. Black Magic, the Magic Killer. doing the damage early. That tag team move, they love to spam. Luke Gallows, the larger man now, getting knocked down there by JTG. Misses the boot. Trying to get a tag, but was interrupted there. JTG can't allow these tags to be made or else he'll be punished just like that. Knocking down both members of the Good Brothers. They call themselves the best tag team in the world, but I think you have to have the gold to have that right. You gotta have the titles around your waist to call yourself the best. That's what it's all about here in the undercard. This season was all about defending the championship. Oh, DDT in the center of the ring, and JTG's going to follow it up with a submission move. Nice teamwork and communication there by Scorpio Sky. And JTG with a cutter. Scorpio Sky now getting beat up by both of these guys, and they're going to spam this move until it gets banned. Or changed, I guess, until they decide to do something else, but why would you? At this point, it's too late. 5 minutes gone into the match. Double powerbomb coming. Luke Gallows took the damage there. Super kick. Somebody's barking like a dog. Shout out to all JTG's homies, as they're gonna do it one more time. We need an instant replay, because we're about to get it. Oh my goodness. Hook of the leg. That could be it. No. JTG didn't care that he got hit by the same move 7 times. Power slam there by Carl Anderson. And a kick to the face. Nothing pretty about that. Just a boot to the mush. Spinebuster to follow up. And now JTG with a desperation and the separation. Going to tag each of their partners. We're going to get some chaos here with some clotheslines. Everybody getting into it now. This one could easily turn into a brawl at any second. Choke slam there by Luke Gallows. Really quick with the lift and drop. 1, 2. And I thought he was in the ropes, but the referee said no. Didn't matter because it was only a 2.9. This match continues here as Scorpio Sky is in the corner. Oh, and he just got kicked in the penis. Kicked right in the dick. I'm gonna need my cell phone because this could go trending. Hashtag Undercard on Twitter. 15 minutes into the show, I think. Almost 20 minutes into the show. The clock is ticking down, and this action is so fast-paced with that suplex over the head and knocked down there with the kick to the back of the leg and the hook of the leg, and almost a 3 count there. Scorpio Sky got knocked down. Both of the Good Brothers got knocked down. These tag team matches always come down to who gets the last word. Who's going to get the best move down and out of the way? Snap suplex. Luke Gallows now with a big lift and a drop straight on the canvas. That can't feel too good on your spine. Double move again. In the corner, JTG was going to go for something, but Luke Gallows stepped out of the way, and now he got slammed outside of the ring. Here comes the count. Scorpio Sky making sure it's all in their hands. They want to stay in control here. Luke Gallows almost in trouble. And now I think he might be. Tag. They both got kicked. Strike battle in the center. This is episode 12, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long and crazy season. Bulldog! Tag. Over the head and out of the ring. Holy cow, what a spot. Powerbomb by Luke Gallows. He can't be distracted that his partner just took a huge bump. Both men down. Lots of damage was done there, I can guarantee you that. Are they going to go for a cover? What are they doing? I'm not sure if they really have all the communication they need here towards the end of this one. Oh, just got punched right in the mush. He said, too sweet! Off the ropes, big splash! But I think JTG might have moved out of the way. Didn't matter, he got slammed right down, and the pin has been separated there. Good positioning by Scorpio Sky to get through the ropes in time. Took a big bump in the ropes there. Suplex counter. Outside he goes. Referee's gonna count him. And the Good Brothers chasing down Sky Time in the corner in the black. Magic Killer again. The Good Brothers. Luke Gallo looks injured there for a second. Not sure if they had time to recover. Tag. Sky Time has the advantage on this side of the ring. Staying in the blue corner. That's what they want to do. Double backdrop. You got to distract the other partner, though. You got to make sure Carl Anderson isn't able to get in there and ruin a pin. These singles, these non-title matches do have a 30-minute time limit, and we've seen tag matches go past the limit this season. And it ends up in a draw, TKO, and a powerbomb. Big moves all around. Carl Anderson, Brainbuster! That was gross. He got dropped right on the top of his dome. And he's going to return the favor. Holy shit, what a spot. I can't believe I just saw that, dude. Wow, wow, wow. Strike for strike, move for move. And now JTG getting double teamed again and again and again, and it never ends. It's the song that never ends, and here comes Lamb Chop. JTG with a spinning clothesline takes down and now goes for the submission. But Carl Anderson is there once again to destroy the hopes and dreams of Sky Time with the Famouser and the Powerbomb and the Spine Buster. And now Luke Gallows, the big man, going for the cover. But Scorpio Sky was there once again to break up the cover. No pins allowed. Luke Gallows getting desperate here. Scorpio Sky still there in the corner, though. You gotta try to pin him further into your side of the ring, I think. Towards the red corner, I would suggest. Saw another brain buster there and a face buster, and everybody's getting busted open. Oh, drop kick to the dome. Big kick. Sky Time looking for a big victory here as the clock ticks down. What the hell was that? That was a goofy looking DDT. Uh-oh. Scorpio Sky now getting hit. And Carl Anderson was calling for something else. That would be something crazy if they did something new. But we can't expect that. Super kick! He doesn't know where he is. He's groggy. Tilt-a-whirl! Around the world he goes, and oh geez, what a shot to the head. Carl Anderson now trying to end this one with a big time spine buster. Shout outs to Arn Anderson, no relation other than the skill of wrestling here. Look at the communication of these teams. They're so even right now, and it might all be for nothing if they can't get a victory here. Big boot. This could have been for a contendership, but if we get another draw, it's gonna be an awkward 2 weeks coming up. Big kick again. JTG gets elbowed and gets caught. Wait a minute. Reversal. He somehow had the strength this late into the match to get that suplex off on Luke Gallows, who is quite a large man, and gets the tag. The Good Brothers in the center now, working together. Too sweet. Shout outs to the Bullet Club. The wrestling legacy. What is going on? In the corner. Gonna drive JTG body first with the shoulder. Now getting dragged out as Scorpio Sky's the legal man. Off the ropes, back elbow. Scorpio Sky has to end this one. TKO in the center. Cover, cover, cover. Go, go, go. 1, 2. Oh, that was almost 3. That would have been the match, I guarantee you. That would have been it. But somehow, some way, Luke Gallows reached out and broke it up with a fingertip. Just the edge of his fingernail there. Tag to JTG, and now the clock is really ticking down, and I'm getting worried because there's only about a minute left. 30-minute time limit. Double powerbomb, and Luke Gallows gets the edge with a suplex. That backdrop style suplex. 1 minute. Something big has to happen here, and this could be it. Facebuster. But JTG gets up, and he sees the clock, and he's trying to dance around. He's trying to do something. He's got to go for a pin. Knock somebody down and just hook the leg. Too sweet. Not a time to taunt, Luke Gallows. You're full of yourself. And he takes a couple punches because he knows it's not going to matter. Wow. Another tag team draw late in the season. Unfortunate for us, but we still get to see some good action. I would say that's an 84% match evaluation. I don't know. We'll have to figure out what's the deal with the tag team championship. I think we'll know for sure. I would say if Brock Lesnar doesn't win tonight, I would say he's got to defend those titles with Colt Cabana in the finale. I would say that's a fair assessment. Not to sound too obvious, but Sandman versus Jake Roberts, a battle of the legends. Snakes versus beers. Fears versus kendo sticks. The psychological battle. Can it be won against a man who's probably not afraid of too much? Fight! Let's start the match. Is Sandman afraid of anything? I'm not sure he's even sober enough to know what fear is. He's alcohol fueled. And he just blocked that strike right off the bat. Scoop slam. Jake the Snake's not going to let that one failure distract him from what he needs to do here. And this one isn't really for points because the ranking system doesn't matter, but I think it is about bragging rights. And it's important for these wrestlers to know that they can still get a win here. Sometimes that's all you need for your own confidence. I would say these two performers are possibly dead even in a lot of the skills that it takes to be a performer here on the undercard. Both iconic for sure. Suplex bounces outside of the ring. Doing a little dance, and Jake the Snake now bringing in a chair. Kind of expected the weapon use from Sandman. Maybe Jake the Snake playing a little bit into Sandman's game here with that hardcore style, getting poked in the eyes. Just tosses him through the rope.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And we're going to have an outside brawl, 7, I think.
8, 9.
9 count.
10,
It is a Japanese 20 count. Neck breaker on the outside. And Sandman's been unleashed with those Fury strikes. Back into the ring we go. And they're just going to start beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah!
Wow. The discus. The Texas punches. Now Sandman looking for something. Oh, he's just going to go for a pin. Not sure why he did that, but alright. I think he forgot how to wrestle. He had too many beers this morning. He's got a hangover from Thanksgiving and he had a beer for breakfast. Jake the Snake getting knocked down there. made a couple mistakes early in this match and has to find a way to get a comeback here. Sleeper hold. I think Sandman might have reached out and touched the rope. Had to be separated. Going for these quick covers, maybe that's part of Sandman's strategy. Maybe he's hoping Jake the Snake will forget to kick out or something. I don't know. Chair still in play. I believe there was a piece of wood on the outside. Both of those weapons still in play, but this isn't a no DQ match. This is just a normal match. Sleeper hold. Sandman just falls down this time. Trying to create a separation. But he gets caught again. Draining the life away. Jake the Snake's been doing that almost all season. Part of his strategy to keep it very slow paced. Playing mind games with his opponents. Oh, ding dong, nobody home. And a leg drop from the top. And he just flicked off the crowd. And he's glitching out. Russian leg sweep. And this one could be all she wrote. 1, 2, referee go for a 3 and he gets it. Sandman with a quick flick of the wrist and a flick of the finger. He gave us all the bird. Boy, oh boy. Well, that wasn't very exciting, but it was something. Next up, we have Steel Johnson versus Curtis Axel. And an interesting note to have here is that the only two guys that have been knocked out via critical have been these two competitors. I believe Curtis Axel was knocked out pretty early on in the season. And then Steel Johnson was knocked out like 2 weeks ago by Andre. So they would each like to redeem themselves and prove that they can stay conscious through the whole match. What's our concussion protocol here in the undercard? I'm not exactly sure. You'd have to ask one of the doctors. Episode 12 continues. We've had a lot of fast action. Sometimes I forget how fast-paced this show can really be. Steel Johnson, a trainer backstage, has been showing a lot of our wrestlers what they can do in the ring, but when it comes to solo performance, he had his opportunity and he dropped the ball. He actually had a #1 contender win, and then he had a championship match against Spawn. Or was it against... No, it was against Tyson, excuse me. It was against Mike Tyson. And he got TKO'd. He got punched too many times and had to call it quits. And a lot of the younger wrestlers who he's been training looked at that and said, wait a minute, I could do better. I think Curtis Axel is definitely one of those. He feels a little bit full of himself. He's been doing well lately. He's won a couple big matches here in the season. And now Curtis Axel and Steel Johnson meet inside the ropes with a submission. I don't know why you just wouldn't try to go for a rear naked choke at this point. Just try to kill the guy, you know? Try to win no matter what. That's what you got to do here in the undercard. Spinning down. Going for a modified Boston Crab. Curtis Axel. His father looking down from above. Trying to make his family proud here with a big victory. That could do it. DDT in the center of the ring. Leg drop to follow up. Curtis Axel has all the skill, all the potential. All he has to do is pull it off, though. Crossbody, cover. Only a 1. Curtis Axel quick to get up. In the corner we go. Drop kick. Textbook style. Ooh, but he missed that one. And one mistake can cost you a whole entire match. And we know that from experience. And speaking of experience, Steel Johnson might have more than most people in our roster. Look at this submission in the center of the ring. Nowhere to go. You have to escape on your own merit there. Curtis Axel getting dropped. and a big knee to the gut. Steel Johnson was once a sergeant in the Army. That's an interesting little tidbit for anyone that didn't know. He likes to use the pile driver as his finishing move, and I think Curtis Axel's been using a spinning neck breaker for a while. He also can do the perfect plex, which is just a fisherman suplex. Belly to belly. He can also do a belly to belly, apparently. Oh, and a twisting shot. Shoutouts to Husky Harris. Woo, 2.9. Could Bray Wyatt be in season 4? I don't know. Tune in and find out. Just for the record, all of our rosters are selected randomly. Every member was selected randomly. Yes, I rolled Spawn and Kiryu randomly. I didn't put them in on my own will, although I probably would have done that. Which means season 4, everyone that you see performing will be selected randomly except for the winner of this season, who will be decided in the main event of the season finale. Will it be Kiryu? Will it be Brock Lesnar? Will it be Tyson? Will it be Andre? Will it be somebody else? Who knows? Will it be Steel Johnson here? 2.5. Could be Steel Johnson. He's got to have an impressive performance right now, though, as both guys just collided. They don't want to knock each other out. Shoulder block going up top. Now going to drive the head straight into the body. Referee was going for 3 there. Uno, dos, and a miss of the drop kick. Curtis Axel taunting for no reason. Going up, dropping the fist onto the spine. Steel Johnson was down for quite a while. He could be hurt. We hate to see people injured. We saw somebody injured, I believe it was last season, and they were out for like 4 months. Or was it 4 weeks? They were out for a while. They were out for like 4 episodes. And if you get injured at this point, you're not coming back. We only got 2 episodes left. DDT! Quick and to the point. Curtis Axel was once main eventing Raw. He had wins over like Triple H and John Cena, and then I don't know what happened. They changed their mind. He got booked badly or something. You can blame it on booking, or you can blame it on the performer, and I really don't know what the case was there. But I always think back to that moment in his career, and I think he needs a redemption right now. 1, 2, 3. But he's not going to get it. Unfortunately, that cross body was all Steel Johnson needed. Oh my goodness. If you're shopping on Black Friday, please be safe, guys. Be safe out there. It's crazy. Black Friday is always super crowded where I'm at. All the stores are always packed. Amazing Red versus Brian Cage. Big muscle man versus quick cruiserweight. Is it size or agility that matters when it comes to professional wrestling? Who's to say? We could find out right now. The Schmohawk. Brian Cage the Machine with the Mohawk. He was very impressive, I would say, for a lot of this season, too. One of my favorite performers we've had this season. And Amazing Red's been kind of hot and cold lately. Winning some, losing some. Big boot to the gut. Off the rope. Getting kicked again. Brian Cage on top of things. And I know I said speed was in the favor of Amazing Red, but I think Brian Cage is quicker than a lot of people would expect. Yeah. They call him the Machine for more reason than his gym skills. Yeah, he can lift a lot of weight, but he can also move his own weight around, and that's really important for an athlete to be able to do. Think about all the collegiate wrestlers who have that instant quickness. We're talking like Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, all those guys, you know, some of the greatest wrestlers of all time can't just be defined by one stat. I think Brian Cage has a lot of skill here. There's a lot of athletic ability, but Amazing Red is on top of him right now. Could just get beaten by the other guy. Put under the rope. Amazing Red off the ropes now, dodging the spear. They're gonna strike for it. When you go bowling, you're looking for a strike. Big elbow. Sleeper hold now. Cage trying to keep himself in control. Wants to force Amazing Red to the ground. Hold him down. Don't let him do any of that crazy stuff he can do. Which he hasn't really been doing a lot of in this season. Like, I keep saying he can do all these crazy flips and stuff, but he really hasn't been doing a lot of that. I say stick to your wheelhouse. Stick with what you're good at, and Amazing Red doesn't listen to me. And then he doesn't win his matches. Ooh! Stalling suplex. Had him up there for quite a while. Knocking him down again. Amazing Red not looking like he's in good shape here. Could be in trouble. Rail claw! He got knocked out from it. Another critical. Last match, both of the guys that competed were the only two that had been knocked out. And now Amazing Red joins them in the emergency room. That came out of nowhere, dude. KO. Victory for Brian Cage, and that could push him in the right direction going towards the finale here. It's the year of the unexpected in 2020, and now we will have our main event. The Undercard Heavyweight Championship is on the line as Kiryu has to defend the belt, which he's been doing time and time again. He's only lost once, and it was to Mike Tyson. But Brock Lesnar is a different beast. Literally, the beast incarnate. Excuse me. There's a cat in my backyard. Here we go. Championship on the line. Lesnar would love to go into the finale with that title around his waist. Suplex. Kiryu gets right back up. We know Kiryu's so dangerous with everything he does, but I really wonder how much endurance does Kiryu have, because I think he's going to be taking some damage in this match. He's going to be taking some serious punishment when he steps into Suplex City clothesline, taking off his head right there. And Brock Lesnar with a stretch muffler. This is an NAA championship wrestler. This is a Division I athlete. This is Brock fucking Lesnar, ladies and gentlemen. Former UFC champion. He's been a champion everywhere he's gone, except for right here in the undercard. He could get it with the Kimura Lock, but somehow Kiryu slipped out of that, probably because he has that silky suit on. Not really sure the suit gives him an advantage. I think it's his dragon powers. He is a member of the Yakuza. But Brock Lesnar speaks Japanese, so he's not intimidated at the least. Beast versus Dragon. Snap suplex. Kiryu could be in trouble for the first time in his career here. This has been all Lesnar. Wait a minute. Here comes Kiryu. Strike battle. Elbows meeting skulls. And skulls never win. I can tell you that right now. Kiryu into the corner. Going low. Smart thing to do against the larger opponent. Elbows. Now the knees. Kiryu with the rush style. Has to keep up the quickness. F5! Oh my god! One out of the way. Will he kick out? 1, 2. New champion! No! Kiryu survives one single F5, but there could be another tornado in the mist. Wait a minute. Pele style kicks creates separation, and now a drop kick as Kiryu is firing on all cylinders here. But wait, Brock Lesnar gonna strike back. This is gonna be back and forth. Dragon Rush! Dragon Rush! He hit the finisher. That's it. That's beaten almost every superstar. Whoa! Big kick out for Lesnar there. That series of strikes has beaten almost everybody that it's hit. And Kiryu now with a submission hold. Brock Lesnar missed a takedown, which you don't see too often. One of the best wrestlers in the world missing a wrestling move. Suplexed. I think that's like the second one of the match. Kiryu looked a little bit groggy. What the hell is that? 1, 2, and a modified DDT there took down Lesnar for quite a while. Lesnar didn't know what that was, and another suplex. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see all along. Sleeper hold, dragon hold. Kiryu's got some skills here. He has to bring out anything he can if he wants to remain the champion towards the finale. And then Dragon Rush in the corner. But he's not going to be able to pin him there unless he drags him out first. What's he doing? Kiryu with the stomp from the top. Flying from the sky and now trying to choke the life out of the white gorilla. And Brock Lesnar gonna hit some power bombs here. Kiryu's gonna have to kick out of this to remain champion of the Undercard, but he doesn't do it! Brock Lesnar finally accomplishes the one thing that he didn't have on his record. Undercard champion. Kiryu lost for the second time, and Brock Lesnar will go into the finale as the champion. Wow, dude. Things can turn around so quickly in this game and in the Undercard. You guys have to stay tuned to see what's going to happen next. I can't believe it. Kiryu lost again. Wow. Maybe it's all this defending, you know? He's been wrestling week after week. I'm not trying to make like an excuse for Kiryu. I'm just explaining what I think has happened there. I think you get gassed out. Anybody gets gassed out. If you're wrestling week after week after week, defending 2 titles, because he is currently still the junior weight champion, and he has to defend that belt next week against Grand Metalik. So we could probably save and then book the show. Would that be something you guys would want to see? I have time to do that. We gotta produce some merchandise first. We're trying to make money here. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Brock Lesnar has to get a pay increase of $9,000 a week. That's a lot of money here in the Undercard. Steel Johnson, very big victory this week. Give him a little boost. Brian Cage with a big victory. Give him a little boost. And unfortunately, Kiryu did not win, but Andre did, which is bad for all of us. We could see a rematch of Andre versus Lesnar, which is kind of a scary idea for me. And Tennille Dashwood had a big victory this week, so let's give her a little boost. Well, actually, I just thought of it. That means Brock and Colt have to defend on episode 13. Let's book the show. I know some matches that we need to have here. And I know the matches that I'd like to see. Well, I'm just adjusting something. Gotta make sure that cat in my backyard is okay. It's not my cat, it's just been sitting there all day. I think it's fine. I don't know what's going on. Singles match to start off the show? We unfortunately had so many, like, draw tag matches in the past couple weeks. I just don't know what's going to happen with the tag team championship. I really don't know. But we're going to have Jerry Lynn back in singles competition versus the guy that he's been teaming up with and the guy that won a match, Sandman. To start the show in episode 13, I think that's a good starting place. That's a good way to put it. And then I think we go directly into the tag team championship. And now, nobody's really earned it, though. That's the problem. Nobody's really earned it. For the final tag team match of the season, we could have, like, half and half. I don't know. We could have a new tag team going for it. Because I guess this is probably the toughest decision here that I'm gonna ever have to make, because it's not really fair that these teams have to be put in this position, because they did all get draws. I don't think it should go to Scorpio Sky, because he only won like 2 matches the whole season. I don't think he's earned it. But Sandman and Jerry Lynn, who were teaming together, didn't really earn it either. So I guess it has to be the Good Brothers. It has to be Carl and Luke. Kinda has to be. They're the only ones that even have, like, positive points in the rankings, even though the rankings don't really matter at this point. I have to take that into consideration. So I'm sorry if you expected a different result there, guys. Becky Lynch is going to have a match here. Versus Molly Holly. Get some women on the show. And then Lex Luger, who's actually been, he had some good matches too. Lex Luger versus Lindsay Dorado. Because we're actually going to have Metalik versus Kiryu for the final junior championship. Probably. That makes sense to me. I just have to make sure that these rules are correct here. Unlimited. No DQ. No countout. That match could go on forever. Tag matches? That's a scary thought. Unlimited tag matches are a scary idea here in Fire Pro. Somebody always has the time to break up a pin. And I'm trying to think, is there anyone we haven't seen in a while? I think we've seen all of these performers. It was a smaller roster this season, which was kind of one of my ideas too. I think we'll go back to the average of 31, but I think we started with like 26, and then Eric Rowan got fired, so... And then, what's her face? We had Lacey Evans quit as well, because she wasn't successful. So we actually lost 2 members of our roster here. I think next season we'll go back to the average, which is 31. I think 31's a good number. Let's have Scorpio Sky finally face JTG. Once and for all. Let's do that. It's a little bit more of divergence, but you know what? I think that makes sense. And then in our main event, we gotta gear up for the finale by having a 6-man all brawl, all for all. Brian Cage. A lot of these people are in the red. Brian Cage with Spawn and Andre. Big guys on one team. We'll have a cool main event gearing up towards the finale. Versus Steel Johnson, who's in the red of health. That's gonna be a yikes for me, dog. Gotta have Tyson in there. And I guess could have Jake Roberts. He's in the green. That's fine. That's an interesting match. We'll mess with the settings here. Win condition. Over the top rope. How do I set it to elimination? Elimination? That would be cool. We'll see if that works. It should. I don't know why it wouldn't. It's kind of like a Survivor Series style match where if one member of the team gets pinned, they're out of there forever. And the last man standing wins. That'll be an interesting match to end the show. And you guys are not going to want to miss the finale. The finale is going to be great. I guarantee it. It's a good idea. It's kind of ironic, and it makes perfect sense for what 2020 is. And if you put your mind in the right place, I think you can all guess what it's going to be. So I will see you guys on the next episode of the Undercard Season 3. It'll be episode 13, Collision Course.